So heat in the desert is an interesting thing, isn't it? I mean, we have the Mojave. We're up at a high altitude here, over 3,000 feet, depending on what part of the valley that you're actually in. But it gets cooler as you go down with Furnace Creek Death Valley, cranking out some of the hottest temperatures on the planet. Now, I'm sure in Furnace Creek, it's possible to fry eggs on the sidewalk. We do have a temperature gun, and we will show you some of the temperatures that we're encountering out here. I'm going to show you how hot a car gets. We're going to talk about contact burns. This is going to be just bonkers. Check this out.
Shattering records.
Mark it down in the history books. Sunday is now officially the hottest day ever recorded in Las Vegas
A massive heat dome is currently sulking over California, Texas, and parts of the Southwest. It's bringing scorching temperatures to the region with no signs of letting up.
Record heat. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to break records over the coming days.
Things are only going to get hotter this weekend and next week. Heat records could be broken.
Reaching the hottest temperature ever recorded at Harry Reid around 4 p.m., 120 degrees. That surpassed our previous record by 3 degrees.
So what temperature does skin actually burn? How hot does it get when you're touching surfaces out here in the valley? It gets a little bit hotter than that. Let me show you. So if you spend enough time around the valley, you're going to notice that a lot of places out here put little foam pads on their doors when you're going into a shop or into a gas station. That's because skin can burn with what's called a contact burn at 140 degrees. But it gets hotter than that. Let's take a look at the car before we take a look at the sidewalk to see if these eggs will cook. We scan the car with the temperature gun itself. Yeah, it's 131 degrees, but it gets hotter if you actually touch the glass on the back of the car too, getting as hot as 174 degrees. That is a little bit too hot for anybody. Suffice it to say, my camera is actually in jeopardy of overheating too. So without much ado, let's take a look at the concrete and see how hot the concrete actually is. These eggs are actually room temperature, so I guess I kind of cheated a little bit, but the egg itself comes out at only 62 degrees, and we have the concrete. So how hot does this concrete get? Knowing that skin will burn at 140 degrees, what's the temperature of the cement out here? Just regular white concrete. The concrete comes in at 123 degrees. Not hot enough to burn flesh, but I'll tell you what is hot enough to burn flesh. That would be these rocks. You see behind me there's all of these rocks, and most of the houses out here have rocks unless the house is very old. No new homes have actual grass, they might have turf. The water district and the government here actually incentivizes people to replace their grass with rocks. But does that cause a hazard? Because stones are going to get hotter than concrete. It's just a matter of science. All right, so we have our rocks, our stones in every single front yard and backyard in Las Vegas, and these come in at, yeah, now we're getting up there, 138, 140, 130, just depending on what we're actually pointing at. Now this is where we get those hazards coming, and this is where you have to be careful. So don't wear bare shoes and try to walk on these, because we're hitting 140. This could be a chance for you to actually get a contact burn. But I'll tell you what, it would also be a burning hot thing you could do. Subscribe to this channel. We're at a point where we've nearly eclipsed the Review Journal, the biggest newspaper in all of Nevada in subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe, be part of that as we bring you different videos like this that you're not going to see anywhere else, as I get ready to test eggs on first the sidewalk, then the blacktop, if it doesn't burn and cook here on the sidewalk. And if it doesn't cook, I'm going to end up cleaning this up because my wife will want to kill me afterwards. Trust me, it's not going to be pretty. Let's go. You know, you can't make an omelet without cracking some eggs, and you can't make a YouTube video without cracking some eggs either. So here's our egg. I don't really have a way to crack it except for just hit it on the ground and see what it's going to do. And of course it didn't. So we're going to make sure that we can clean this up before you know, it upsets some people. But wouldn't you know it, it almost looks like some of the protein is actually cooking. Check this out. If I didn't know better, I would say that that is kind of like cooked or dried remnants, but no real frying of an egg here. So time to clean it up. We're just going to blast it with some water and kick it down the driveway, so the egg will be gone forever. Let's go try the blacktop next, and if this doesn't work, I think I do have an ace up my sleeve. Got our temperature gun again to check the asphalt. I already see it. People are going to be snapping at me. How dare you waste food? Guys, gals, they're eggs. Just be chill for a minute. So how hot is the blacktop? And if this doesn't work, I think there's another option. How hot is the blacktop? Let's find out. This rings up at 150. Now, I did read online that at 150 degrees, things might actually cook in eggland. So I guess we crack an egg again and see how this decides to work. This is more flat, so it's not gonna run everywhere. Here we are. We're gonna just crack an egg and see if it cooks. All right, now I don't suspect it's gonna fry like what you would see in a frying pan, but there it is. Let's zoom in a bit, see if we have any cooking activity whatsoever. And we have no cooking activity whatsoever. So take number 2 is just the egg on the blacktop, which was 150 degrees, and according to Google Knowledge, 140, 50 degrees, things should be cooking. I don't know if you'd consider that cooking right there, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like we have a lot of luck. But I did plan for this, and I do have an ace up my sleeve. Yeah, the trick to a YouTube video, most people will never tell you this, is always have an idea of what you think might happen so you don't have massive technical failures. I wanted this to work because of the old saying. But we have something in the backyard for you, so let's go into the backyard and see if we can really force this thing, okay? Man, no lie, I am so hot right now. I'm already trying to be a little overheated. And it drops so much when you get into the shade. All right, backyard camera in 3, 2, 1. I'm in the backyard now, home of all the wife's plants and stuff like that. And I kind of gamed the system. I'm gonna be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, but yeah, I had to do it. I wanted to see if I could cook an egg outside without electricity, without gas, and here's what we did. That's right, a skillet in the desert sun on a barbecue, just to see if these eggs will relent and tap out. We'll see any kind of cooking activity that's just, you know, obvious to the naked eye. All right, we got our temperature gun, and I don't know what this is gonna come at. I haven't looked, but it's been out here all day long. It is hot to the touch. Cast iron, like cowboy kitchen style. And it comes in at 149, 156. Yeah, this is about 155, and in some spots even 160. So we're gonna just take the egg and we're just gonna do it. What do you think is gonna happen? I don't know. Crack the egg, open the egg, and see if we have any kind of idea if anything is cooking. And I can't believe it. This is such a fail.
One day later.
So we're on day 2 of this experiment. I decided to make this a multi-day video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys like the fact that I went several days for this. It is hot and windy, and it's 120 degrees today. Hotter than the first day that I did this. So we're gonna try it again, but we're cheating the system with the temperature gun. Let's see what we're doing differently today. So obviously we have the pan, but what we've done this time is we've actually used cooking oil. And we are now up to, you know, almost 165. We're gonna let this cook and bake in the sun a little bit because technically it's hotter than it's been. Let's come back to it. All right, so we're back. Our official temperature out here is 120 degrees. It was 121 is what it said a little while back, but 120 degrees. Let's go take a look and see how hot the pot has gotten. And I may have discovered something because the oil was making it not as hot. So I actually took the oil away, 162. But when I came over here and I checked this out, this looks like this might actually be a hotter surface at a whopping 174. So you know what that means. 2 eggs, 2 tests. So I'm not even trying to show you yesterday's result because if this one's better, I'll show you all the results. This is 121. Yesterday was 114. This pan right here, this cast iron skillet gets up to, as I said, 165. Yesterday was about 165. That gets up to 173. We 100% want to kind of protect the ground because it's going to flop down. All right, we're going to crack an egg on the 172 degree surface. All right. Oh, shucks. Okay, wow, that didn't go very well. I thought I was being smart. We'll chalk that up to a complete and utter fail and comedy moment in the video. So we put some oil on here at the behest of the wife. She said that we should. So we're going to try this one and see what we get. And I don't think it's gonna fry and sizzle. It's still a little bit warmer, but yeah, we still have runny eggs. We'll come back to the, no, actually, it's cooking a little bit faster. You can actually take a look here and see we have a faster cook on this one. This is legitimately cooking the egg. Legitimately, we are cooking an egg here outside. One thing I want to point out here, which is that this is cooking. It's actually burning a little bit, but obviously there's no coals underneath this. It's just very hot. So we got no burning coals underneath this. Some people are going to accuse me of that. Nope, there's been nothing underneath. As a matter of fact, blow in there and you can see it's completely dry. Just what we see here And it turns out that you 100% can cook an egg on at least a cast iron skillet in Vegas. It is true, it is possible, but it doesn't cook very well. You might want to eat your eggs a little bit runny. So a video several days in the making, we figured out that you can indeed cook eggs outside in Vegas, kind of, sort of. You will get a state change. To me, that is cooking, that is a success. It takes a long time. You have to heat up everything and make sure that you don't smash too many eggs in the process. It will not cook on a sidewalk. It will not cook on the asphalt. But if it's 121 degrees, it is possible to heat up a cast iron skillet, lightly oiled up, and let it sit for a good 10-15 minutes, but it changes color almost immediately, which blows me away. Contact burns do happen at about 140 degrees, so make sure if you're out here in Vegas, you're not touching any door handles to burn yourselves, and make sure you drink plenty of water while you're out there. If you guys wanted to know about this video early, you could have checked out our Patreon, patreon.com/notleavinglasvegas, because we already posted that egg cooking on there while I was in the process of making it. You get extra content that way too, and you support us. You can also check us out over at vegasrealtorsitrust.com if you're doing a real estate transaction in Vegas and you need a good realtor. I have a few friends that I can connect you with. It's a site that I built, that I endorse. This is the video today. Cooking eggs in Vegas, technically possible. Tell me what you think and if you've ever seen anything like that. Like, share, subscribe. We'll get you in another one. Now it's time of the video. I say 3, 2, 1, click. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and click.